Hello and welcome to Tiny Media. This is obviously not Scythe Digital Edition. Today is the first episode of the Tiny Media Saturday special, even though it is not a Saturday. There is a good reason for this. And also for the reason that no video went up Saturday. I may or may not have dropped my phone and broke it. And I'd had Saturday's video recorded and edited. I just hadn't uploaded it to YouTube. And I broke my phone Friday night, so that was a problem. I was unable to get a video for Saturday. But we are starting our Saturday special today. It will be a weekly series where Saturdays we will do something special. The first series we'll do is Fire Emblem 7. Let's go. New game. Alright. Let's see. So, name, birth, month, and gender. Yes. Name is going to be Tiny. Of course. Because I am your host, Tiny. Tiny. Alright. Birth month is January, and gender is male. Alright. Yes, these are the settings I want to use. Alright. Prologue. A girl from the plains. Now, I personally haven't played a lot of Fire Emblem. This was the first Fire Emblem game I played. It's a good game. I like Fire Emblem. I enjoy it, but it's different from Scythe. I wasn't sure if it would be a good fit, but let's go for it. And let's just see what happens. Yeah, this is Lynn, one of our main characters. So, first mission is obviously going to be pretty simple, just a introduction. Bandits, oh no. Apparently we have to stop them. So, if you think my idea of doing a Saturday special is a good idea, thank you. If not, tell me why not in the comments, and I will take that into consideration to do just Scythe. I'm also planning at some point on doing Iron Harvest. I am not good at RTS games, but we'll see. That's the plan. And so, alright. So, here we go. All this introduction. Alright, so this blue area is where we can move. The red is the space we'll be able to attack, and that's fine. But we need to defeat all the enemies. Pretty simple first mission. the tutorial is pretty picky. But and in Fire Emblem you have weapons that have durability, and if they break, that weapon's gone and you have to equip a new one. And there's a weapon triangle. Swords beat axes, axes beat lances, lances beat swords. Then there's a few types of weapons that break that, but in general that's how it works. Let's see. So then there's healing items, and then of course there's career switch, also a heal. But we don't have one yet. And if you in Fire Emblem, if you use a unit in a chapter or mission, whatever you want to call them, you won't be able to use them in missions later on, so it's important to keep your units alive. Because if you lose them, you won't be able to use them anymore. And there are a few units, it's where if you lose them, it's game over. That was a critical hit, the game teaching you about those. But if you lose one of your lords, it's game over. And alright. So then that's the first mission. The stat increases are actually randomized. So you could get better ones or worse ones. And the more you level up, obviously the stronger you get. And as you get farther, you can use better weapons. And as you level up, you can use better weapons. But so that's the first mission. Let's see. Sad. Parents dead. But you do need to be careful with what units you have in combat, because if you get 2 or 3 super leveled up, the rest won't have enough levels to be able to compete with the enemies in future missions. So you need to be careful of that. But there are enough you gain access to enough units that you don't need to use all of them. You want a group of about 10 or 11 that are sufficiently leveled up to be able to fight, and then you can swap the rest out as you need them, even though they'll be under leveled a little. It will work out because you have your group of core ones who are sufficiently leveled. Alright, so we're accompanying Lynn to go to her grandfather, who's one of the governors. I think they're called marquises He's so we're gonna get 2 more units in this mission, Kent and Sane. I personally like Sane a lot. Kent's also a fun character. But let's see. And here's Sane. He's somewhat of a goofball. But so this is gonna introduce us to more units and unit types. Like Vin is a sword master person. She's a lord, so she doesn't have a specific class, but she's close to a sword master. Kent and Sane are cavaliers. So they're mounted units. It's they have good movement, and they also can wield lances and swords. Vin can only use swords. Let's see. So they were sent to escort her, which is convenient. Let's see. So yeah, she's their mission. They're to escort her to her grandfather. Let's see. Here are more bandits. It's, of course, but these ones were hired. Let's see. So, this mission also introduces the concept of cover, as well as the weapon triangle. So, here are brave knights come to save us. Let's see. So, they're gonna help us, obviously. And, Cavaliers are one of my favorite unit types, and every unit type is like every unit can. There's like a basic version and then a leveled up version, and so the basic version of the Cavalier is a Cavalier, and then when they level up enough and then you use a crest on them, they can become paladins. And, so that's cool. In the newer Fire Emblem games, as far as I know, there's not really assigned classes. You can switch it up as you want. And, like, the characters have more strengths, but there's nothing specific they have to do. But in the older games like this, the units do have specific roles, and they are stuck in those roles. So, and then, so, since we have a sword, we trump him, and since Sane used a lance, the axe had better accuracy on him. So then, we'll move in and finish him. And like, here, his hit percent 16%, and because we were in the forest. When we were on the plain, it was 46%. And since we had the advantage on the weapon triangle, but axes can, so since he's in the forest, he has cover, so we missed him. But that's hard coded into the game, so you'll never be able to hit that. And here they're talking about the woods and just providing cover. Alright, so yeah, woods and plains. Then most chapters will have the normal, a bunch of small units, and then a boss, which is in the top right corner of this chapter. So usually you need to defeat that unit to win. So now we're gonna move Lin up to defeat this other bandit. And so let's see. And once, like in that case, the bandit couldn't have reached me, so I may as well have moved onto one of those plain spaces, since the bandit couldn't have reached me, but the tutorial wants you to move onto the forest, which is fine. So vulneraries are what you use to heal. So you usually want to have at least one per character. And if characters are next to each other, or they can trade items like weapons or vulneraries, or there are a couple special items like mines, which you can place down to use. Then another thing about mounted units is after they take an action, and if they have movement left, they can use it. So that they can move, attack, and move, leaving space for another of your units to attack, which is useful in a lot of situations. Let's see. Or, wait, no, they can't move after attacking, but they can move, trade, and move again. So they can redeploy easily to a better location. Some enemies will advance, and some will wait till you're in range of them to advance. Like this one, not by the bridge, wasn't gonna advance. So we could just bypass him, but it's good to get experience whenever you can, if it's not gonna put you in danger. Because your units heal from battle to battle. So it's not like they keep the damage they took. So next battle, if Lin ends the battle at 6 health, she'll start the next battle at full health. So we can just move Sane up here, just in case. Then finish off this bandit with Kent. I very much enjoy the critical hit animations in the Game Boy era games, but not so much in the newer ones. They're fine, but like these ones are so good. But there's that mission done, that chapter, more experience. So we get the end of chapter dialogue, a nice end of chapter picture. So that's this chapter completed. I believe that's going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe because it helps a lot. And comment if you think I should continue this Saturday special series or if I should not continue it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.